Welcome to the 2019-2020 school year and our weekly updates. Staff returned just this week and they were welcomed by not only breakfast, but also we had Alta come in, which is a firm who deals with trauma-informed situations for students. Our opening day focused on student wellness, and that is going to be our focus this year. We already know we have the best academic achievement going on in the Valley. Top 5% of the state, we already have that hands down. That's not a concern of ours. Our concern is student wellness. What can we do for kids? And in turn, we feel that that's going to be good for staff. So if we help student wellness, we automatically help staff wellness. And that was our focus at our opening day session. So we had Alta come in, talk about trauma-informed, talk about what youngsters, what's happening in their lives today, how that affects them in the classroom, what we can do, make recommendations on what we can do to help identify some of those highlights, those red flags that go up with kids, and how we're going to not only help them, but their families. But again, what was very interesting in having individual conversations with staff, so many of our own staff goes through trauma. And when we talk about that, there are situations at home that are out of their control that then they come to work with. And we value them, not only during the day, but throughout their entire life. So if they are well, if they are able to come, and we're able to help them in any way to make their lives better, that will in turn make instruction better, make classroom management better, and again, those relationships will then build with their youngsters. So it's all encompassing, not only our kiddos, but those youngsters' families, and our family here as Cardinals. Also that day, we had On Demand come in. It's not a cable company. It's not an option as a paid service on TV, but it's the firm that we use for student drivers and also student athletes and band members for student drug testing. They came in not only to explain the student drug testing, to explain why we chose student drug testing for this year, why we do what we do that way, but also informed our staff on not only data, percentages on what's going on in youngsters' lives today, but also eye-opening explanations and ideas on what to look for youngsters' well-being. Again, student wellness, community wellness. That's what our focus is this year. And then we had lunch offered for staff. And after lunch, we had our legal counsel come in and explain to our staff what pitfalls could be out there for them, specifically Facebook, specifically social media, how to use it in a positive manner, what to use it for. We are currently looking at the options on how we expand, how we communicate with the community, but we want to make sure we do it the appropriate way, and definitely highlight the positives that are going on in the school system. There's so many positives going on here, and it's not only because our youngsters and our families, but it's because of the staff that encompasses the day-to-day operations. They facilitate so much for us. So again, the day was full of student wellness, staff wellness, and arming our staff on what to look for to help our kids out. And when we say staff, you automatically might think of a teacher, but we're talking about everyone. We're talking about bus drivers who see our youngsters first and last every day. We talk about technology staff who make sure that we're locked down and make sure that we are offering youngsters appropriate information online. We talk about cafeteria staff who sees our kiddos and knows if they have money on one day or the next, and making sure that they're fed well, because an empty stomach lends itself to nothing positive. We also talk to custodians because they interact with kids in a manner that no one else does in our schools, so positively. So again, we talk to everyone internal. What was nice about the final piece, remember that was legal counsel talking about communication with community, communication with kids. We invited our coaching staffs. So not only the people that work with us in our buildings, but also outside coaching staffs to come in to communicate. And I did see several coaching staff members that came in who don't work for us in the school day. They came in and got updated. So again, we not only have experienced coaches, we have some young bucks out there that really need mentored. And that was one way we were able to do that for them. So wonderful day. Ask staff to see how the day was. Ask them how it was that they were able to actually hear something that could benefit them in the classroom. Not just data, not just curriculum, not just a motivational speaker, but something that they can work with your youngsters on. Talk to them about it and let me know how that conversation goes. Field turf, as you can tell, in our stadium, that's complete. The first in the Mahoning Valley, by the way, that was complete, that started, if you remember, way back in the spring. So there were about 5 districts that had the field turf started. Several of them started before us. Ours is the first one done. You might ask why. Because you had an administrative team that was on site, on campus, and out on that field multiple times every day. We had an architect who was on site every day, making sure that not only the work was done quickly, but it was done correctly. Very fortunate to have this. It's because of your support that we're able to bring this for our youth. It helps all of our kids. We have phys ed classes that go out and use the turf. We have a marching band that's going to have a band night coming up, the show of the bands. They're able to go out. Football team, soccer teams, girls, boys, everyone alike uses that. It's a field of pride. Take a look at it. Let somebody know what you think. I think you'll be very proud. We talk about the Canfield standard. That's the Canfield standard. The best thing going. So again, I want to thank everybody involved in that, internal, external, and what a great company to work with. We will recommend them to anybody who needs field turf done. First 2 days for students, a lot of dialogue, a lot of conversation. I was on FMJ just this week as well, trying to explain. Again, first in the area, trying to stagger start. We involved several staff. We had a calendar committee that was designed by staff members along with administrative team. We talked to them. It was surely not driven down from the top. Instructional time is key for me as a superintendent. And when somebody comes to you and says, well, we want time off with youngsters for testing, I shiver, and I don't necessarily like that, but they proved to me that this was something that we should try. So again, driven by staff, not administration. But definitely we had several conversations to develop this opening day and the calendar alike. If you have any questions when your youngster starts or what those first 2 days look like, we guide you to our district website, which again, very robust, a lot of information. Please feel free to look at that. If you still don't understand and don't quite grasp when your youngster goes, call your building level administrator and they'll guide you through it. If you don't have a 7th through 12th grader, don't worry about what their schedule is. If you don't have a kindergartner, don't worry about the primary schedule. Worry about your youngster and you'll be much better off this year. So again, tailgate coming up. It's several years in the works now. I think it's about 6th year that we're doing something like this. A lot of great times, a lot of hot dogs cooked, PTA involvement. I have to give a shout out to some folks here. And they don't like recognized, but I'm going to do it anyways. Marcy Muckleroy works behind the scenes for us. Terry Hutchinson in our cafeteria. We'll leave it at that. I know there's some others involved and they don't necessarily like their names mentioned as well. They know who they are. So again, thanks for all of your efforts. Couldn't do it without you. That is going to be Friday, September 6th. Opening home game, I believe. Second game of the season. That tailgate starts at 5. We close it down before game time. Tickets will be sold at the tailgate, along at the ticket booth, and in your buildings prior to that Friday. We're going to turn it over to new staff now. We have some outstanding individuals who were hired. Very fortunate to have them. And take it away, guys. Let them know what you're about.
Hi, my name's Kevin Buckley, and I'm new here at Canfield High School. I will be teaching physics, and science and technology this year. I come from West Branch High School, where I taught 24 years there. I have 31 years altogether in education, and I am thrilled to be here at Canfield. Looking forward to a great year. I hear so many positive things about the students here, and looking forward to a fantastic year.
Hello everybody, I am Jacqueline Gerberry and I'm coming at you from Niles, Ohio. Formerly, I taught at Boardman High School for 9 years until my husband's job took us to West Virginia for 2. Now we're back and we could not be more excited, and I could not be more thrilled to be working within your community and with your kiddos. At the high school, I will be teaching biology and physical science. Let me know if you need anything from me at all. My door is always open.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Greathouse. I will be teaching computer science at the middle school and the high school this year. I'm looking forward to joining the Canfield team.
Hi, I'm Jessica O'Dwyer. I'm new to the district. I'm going to be a Title I tutor at Canfield Village Middle School. I did some subbing throughout the district, and I student taught at Canfield, so I might be a familiar face to some of you. I'm really excited to be here. I'm happy to be part of the Cardinal family.
Thank you. We say this at the close of every one of our updates. We truly mean it. It's a great time to be a Cardinal.